Okay.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and my illustrious fellow Toastmasters. Today I'm going to talk to you about the very first secret in my book, 57 Secrets for Branding Yourself Online. And I chose that one because it is the most important. It is keeping a clear vision for your brand. Now in the book I only talk about one way to do that. And in this speech I'm going to cover three. I'm going to talk about keeping a clear visual vision for your business, a clear vocal vision for your business, and a clear technological vision for your brand. First of all, the visual. You want to have a good, strong identity of what your brand looks like. This means you have colors that you use consistently in all your communications. This means you have a font or two, no more than two, that you consistently use across all your communications. And it means the visuals you use, the photographs, the artwork, it all is consistent. So to take an example from my brands, one of my brands is Public Speaking Superpowers. For that brand, I chose orange and yellow because I thought those were really strong superhero colors. And I use this sort of superhero font in all the main headlines. And the images I use always are paired, the image with that font. So whenever you see something from that brand, you know it's from that brand. So that is a way of creating a clear vision that's visually communicated about your brand. And that's really important because you want people to recognize your brand. So think of this. You go downtown and you see a big red dot with a big red circle around it. What am I talking about?
Target.
Exactly. They have a clear visual communication for their brand. That's what you want. You want someone to see something from your brand and go, yeah, that's Susan's brand. Okay, second is what I'm calling vocal. And that's both what you say out loud as well as what you write on your website. So you want your headlines, you want your subheads, you want the way you say your message to be relatively consistent. One way you do this is by having a consistent bio that you use everywhere. It shows up on your web pages, it shows up in your social media, it shows up in your marketing collateral. Also, there's a message. So, for example, one of the ones from my business is own your awesome in business and life. That is one of my main taglines, and I'm constantly just throwing in own your awesome in almost everything I write. I'll be talking about something and I go, oh, this kind of relates to owning your awesome, so I'll say own your awesome. And it's subtle, but it's there. And so people are going to eventually associate owning their awesome with yours truly. Another example would be, there's so many, I'm trying to choose one. Okay, save $15 in 15 minutes, I think. Who am I talking about? Save
that.
Geico.
Car insurance.
Geico. Another one would be Where's the Beef, although that's an old one. That's an old one, oldies but goodies. But these are things that you hear and you say, and you just recognize when you hear that statement that it comes from that particular brand. And finally, you want to have a clear technological vision for your brand. And a lot of people mess up with this. Because, for example, one of the most important things you're going to invest in for your business is your domain. That is the address that your website lives at. And some people just choose it willy-nilly. But the problem is you need that domain to express who you are, be easy to remember, easy to spell, and just be succinct. So I'm going to share with you some lessons I've learned. Now, I created a name for my business called DragonWise, W-Y-Z-E. Of course, I spell it differently because I'm me and I'm unique and different. So I bought the domain, dragonwise.com, W-Y-Z-E. And my email is karma@dragonwise.com. And I try to tell this to people over the phone. It's dragon spelled normally, then it's W, Y as in yellow, Z as in zebra, E.com. it just got so confusing to explain this to people, and people would misspell it, that I finally just gave up. I still have a domain, it's still important, but it's not my main one. I went ahead and bought carmaspence.com. People know my name, they can spell it usually once they know me. It's clear, it's succinct, and it expresses who I am, Carma Spence. So you want your domain to be easy to spell, easy to remember, and express your brand. Other examples would be Target.com or Amazon.com, which was very confusing at first because Amazon, what does that have to do with books? But now they've done such strong branding. When you say Amazon, does anyone think of the river in South America? Probably not. And that's been around for a lot longer. So again, you want to keep a clear vision of your brand in all areas. And that is visually. What does your brand look like? Vocally, what does your brand sound like? And technologically, how do you get people to your brand when they're browsing the internet? Madam Toastmaster.